Day 4. Footprints. What do tears leave behind? Trail of salt water for one, salty sadness, but there's more. Comes a point when tears dry, when try as you might, they just won't come anymore. After that, there's a lot of emptiness. It's the same as before, of course. She doesn't move. Her mouth flicks open from time to time, but her words are silent, her thoughts invisible. A warm feeling trickles down my cheek, but I'm relieved. Emptiness much scarier than sadness. Oni-chan! Oni-chan! It's alright, Rin, I'm up. Huh? Mark, are you feeling alright? Ugh, after something like that, I don't think I'm in the mood to talk. Wait, that voice. Oh. Morning! Gotta be kidding me. You look like you've seen a ghost. Were you having a bad dream? What are you doing here this early? Wait, that's the least of my problems. And why are you climbing through my window? Pardon the cliche, but you left it unlocked. You were just inviting me to come in. And how exactly do you know that it was unlocked? Easy. I checked. Oni-chan, are you up? You'll be late for school. Rin's voice comes from the kitchen below. Uh-oh. Traitor! What are you talking about? You're not supposed to have other girls in the house. What happened to our promise? She's my sister. Wait, didn't you already know that? Shoot, you caught on. What the heck? You mean you did all that to make me think you were the victim of some cliche rom-com misunderstanding? Kinda. You're scary, you know that? Oh, I can be much scarier. Alright. To be honest, I don't know how I feel about the chibi scenes anymore. I feel like... Actually, to be honest, a lot has changed since the first 2 chapters. Actually, the first chapter was sort of slow. The second chapter had a bit more connection. Like, there was more character understanding. But I guess you get that after a certain amount of time. And there was more comedy. The third chapter, there was like loads of comedy, but nothing really happened. And now Mira seems like a totally, like, more emotional person. Like in the first chapter, she was like, who is she? And in the second chapter, she's like, oh, she's normal. And now she's like, oh, no, I'm still weird again. Oni-chan, I told you we'll be late. Do you need me to come up there again? Ah ha ha ha. So what's it gonna be? Will you leave me to your sister even after I came all this way to see you? No, of course not. But what do you mean? Are you afraid of her? Of course not. I just... Don't tell me you're into that sort of thing. What are you thinking? Mark, are you on the phone? I told you we'll be late if you take any more longer. Well, this is quite the predicament, isn't it? It doesn't help that you're giggling at my misery. That's true, but at least I'm not making noise. Gotta be careful. Careful of what? Not getting caught when you break into people's homes? I was thinking more along the lines of letting your innocent little discover what her Oni-chan was up to when the lights go out. But you just got here. She doesn't know that. But, oh. You're blushing. I'm not. I reach for my pillow to toss it at this otherworldly intruder, but she dodges and watches it fly out the window. Gosh dang it. And stop looking so happy about it. Now, shouldn't you be pleased to have someone like me wake you up? No comment. I'd rather not have mysterious teleporting girls sitting on my window. Thank you very much. I lunge forward and grab hold of Mira's wrist. What? Don't push me, meanie. I'm not pushing you. I just don't want you to disappear at the last second and leave me to explain why I was talking to myself one morning. Oh, really? Are you sure this isn't just an excuse to take my hand and pull me onto your bed? Like anyone do it. Promptly like over wrist. You know, there's no need to get so worked up. Any healthy person would. Where? Ow, did you just... Hey, weren't you supposed to be actually pulling me? I didn't, you fell. Put on some proper clothes, pervert. Hey, you're the one sneaking into my bedroom. Ow. She's back in the window. As I was saying, it's time for you to choose. Will you stay with your sister or come with me? And no, you can't have both. Well, this might be a life or death situation. What should I do? Well, if she did come all this way, I'll run off with Mira before Ren notices I'm gone. I don't care if we're childhood friends or not, sneaking through the window isn't my thing. Dude, first of all, you just woke up. So, wait, if you just woke up, and it's like, and he said that it's time, like, before, oh, I can't go back as far as I want to. He said it was all the way before, like at the very beginning of the chapter, he said, I think he said that he was up before normal, right? Or was that the last chapter? Oh, that might have been last chapter. Alright. Well, if Rin didn't wake him up like usual, like I'm trying to figure out a time frame here, he would be... Alright, first of all, you're in your jammies. You need to get changed. You're not going outside. Thing is that is Rin telling him that they need to go now? Or is Rin telling him that he needs to get up and get ready, otherwise he won't have enough time? I feel as though it's the latter. Alright. Screw it. I'm not gonna do what I think Mark would do. I'm gonna do what I would do. Considering that she has come all this way, she has a very distinct purpose for breaking into my house to get me to do something. Also, we need to learn as much as we can about this girl. Might end up regretting this, but, well, seeing as you came all this way, I guess I could go somewhere. Really? Thanks. You're the best, Oni-chan. Don't call me Oni-chan. Oh, is it Myra? Is it Myra? Is it Myra? Hold on. Okay, it's Myra, but I like Mira better because it's like mirror and it's like existential, or like maybe it's a symbol that means something. So I'm gonna keep saying Myra, but it's Mira. Wait, I'm gonna keep saying Mira, but it's Myra. Oh, whatever. I'm so backwards anyways. Myra. Mira. Gosh dang it. Mira jumped from the window and lands on me, knocking me back onto the bed. Hello. Ouch, what was that for? Is everything right up there? I know we joke about your daydreaming habit, but this is a bit much. That's not good. See what you made me do? Try to muffle my voice, but we can't keep talking here for long. It's not my fault if you like to wake up early and talk to yourself, even when it's clear that no one else is in the room. Just stay quiet. It should be fine. All right, fine, as long as you promise to come with me. Mira reluctantly gets up and returns to her perch on the windowsill. So, why the heck did she just jump onto me? There was no point to that. Turn around, I need to change, don't I? Aw, you're awfully shy for a guy, aren't you? My face turns hot out of either embarrassment or anger. Yeah, that's the thing, is that when you've got a girl that's sassing you like this girl, what you don't tell her is, you don't like order her around, because she's not going to listen to that. You need to say, hey, I'm going to change now, okay? Just look away. Or sass her back and say, are you going to watch me change? Or you're just begging to be, maybe, maybe he's a masochist, I don't know. If you don't turn around right now, I'll never forget to lock my window again. All right, I'll do it. What kind of threat was that? Just don't take too long, it's cold out here. You didn't have to make her go back outside, you could have just had her turn around, or I don't care anymore. As tempted as I am to say, your fault for not using the front door, I hold my tongue and reach for the school uniform. Are you done yet? I think one of your neighbors saw me. Yeah, she doesn't have a uniform. Then get out of the window. But then close your eyes. I don't know, just don't attract any attention. Mark, are those footsteps on the stairs? Shoot, let's go. Hang on, there's an art to jumping through windows. I won't ask. Really, there's a trick to it. It goes like this. Be careful. My voice shoots through the open window as Mira hurriedly climbs out. Don't worry, it's just one story and there's a railing to land on. That's not what it's meant for. Oh, come on, just try it, it's fun. Fun? You call jumping out of bedroom windows fun? I don't have much of a choice. Here goes. My right foot catches the hard surface of the railing with a fair amount of force, but it isn't enough to hurt me, and my remaining strength, I propel myself to the side and land on the ground with both feet. That actually wasn't so bad. See? I told you it'd be fun. It's only fun until you break your leg. I've been doing this for years, and I still haven't broken anything. Wait, you've been doing this for years? I knew she was a stalker. No time to chat. We're off. Wait up. Mira grabs my arm and pulls me into the unknown. Get the feel I'm going to be late for school. You'd think I would complain about the weather, but it isn't a bad day. If only it were like this yesterday when we were traveling to Lillian's place. Lillian. Shoot, I wasn't supposed to think about her. Focus. Mark, is something the matter? No, I was just thinking about something pointless. More importantly, what are we doing here? If Mira's standing comfortably at my side like an old friend, I find myself in the front of a city park. Except that it's the middle of winter. It goes to the park in the middle of winter. It's a playground, can't you see? I know it's a playground. I'm asking why we're here. Because there's nowhere else to go, I guess? Fair enough. I'm already skipping school and jumping out of windows. Why not spend the morning near a snow-covered playground? Mira clears the snow off a bench and directs me to sit down. Wait, right here. There's a convenience store nearby. I'll pick us up something to drink. Why can't I go with you? You sure I wouldn't mind going with you there? No, it's alright. I know the owner. That isn't much of a reason, but okay. I'll be back in a moment, alright? Oh well. I sigh, a resigned sigh, and take a deep breath of this crisp air. Gosh, all this talk about winter air is making me jealous. I mean, I live in Oregon, the rainy state. Even winter is rainy. We don't get snow. I love the air when it's crisp, when it's like dry and it's so cold that it like stings the back of your throat. eat snow. I mean, I do eat snow, but I'm like, I want snow right now. Like, I'll go to the ice cream shop and like have like a sorbet or like a snow cone, but like ask them not to put any flavoring on it. Just like eat snow. Because it's like, it's different than like crushed ice because they like powder the snow, right? Who powder the snow. They powder the ice cubes, like they crush it up, like they grind it. Whatever. I've got to admit, this park sure loves nice covered. This park sure looks nice covered in all the snow. Yeah, dude, snow is beautiful. It makes everything look different. I mean, there's the whole thing with like spring when it's all new, and then like autumn when it's like fully grown, and then fall when it all like turns red, whatever. But when everything's gone and it's fall or it's winter, yeah, winter, and there's just like everything's dead, or like it's just like the sticks and the branches, and then there's just like tons of white everywhere. I think it's beautiful. I don't know, but it's just me. Also, my favorite color is white. It's already time for the holidays. Christmas, huh? I think Ren will be with Lucas and some of their other friends, so if I wanted to do something, I could. But do what? I think about it idly for a moment. She stands beside me and our hands are linked, but we hardly feel anything through the gloves and mittens. You stay dreaming about Lillian, yay! It's an idle daydream, I know, but it feels real. More real in my head than in reality, anyway. I turn to her, heart pounding, and what? I. I'm back! Snapping to my senses, I spot Mira running back with a pair of juice boxes in her hands. Juice boxes? She went through all that trouble to buy juice. Here, take one. Don't take this the wrong way, but is this the best you could come up with? I was kidding, but she looks like she's seriously offended. But juice is good. She's so sad. It really depends on what type of juice it is. I mean, I guess juice is cheap, but I mean, everybody gets juice, and it's the Japanese anime stuffs. Yeah, juice is good. I love juice. Plus, she bought it, dude. It's tasty, healthy, and it refreshes the body and mind. I can give it a shot. Pull the straw out of its container, pierce through the foil coating, and sip. Peach. Yep, it's my favorite. Yeah, see, I spell favorite like that too. Maybe I'm just... Somehow, I knew that her favorite was peach. I don't like peach, though. I hate pear, though. So peach isn't bad. It's strong. Yes, it's highly concentrated peach juice filled with as much pulp as physically possible. Incredible, isn't it? Why do I talk to you? Because you can't resist. God damn it. So pulpy. Seriously? I used to love these when I was a kid. Special concentrated pulp. I'm guessing that's what it said. Were you possessed by the devil when you were a kid? You don't have much faith in my taste buds, do you? Not at the moment, no. Sitting on the park bench on the school morning in the middle of winter, talking idly about meaningless things without a trance of awkwardness in the air. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that we were childhood friends. So, what were you like as a kid, Mira? Me? Trying to think of a way to avoid the question. Kinda. Well, at least she's honest. Alright then, I won't bother asking about your past. It's obviously something you don't want to talk about. That's suspiciously kind of you. Don't get used to it. I'm just not in the mood right now. Since we're already spending our morning here instead of doing what we should be doing, might as well make it count, right? Mira finishes the thick mass of pulp she calls juice. Take a sip of it. You know, I think I like you, Mark. Any guy who can warm up to a stranger after only a couple days has to be a good person. It's not him, it's me. I'm sorry, Mark, I've done this to you. Did you just compliment me? Well, he would also have to be naive and careless, and probably disloyal too. You're a horrible person. Why, thank you. I don't know if you heard that, but I just face palmed and then I hit my headphones. Oh. Oh, she is the type of person that would take it like that. Gosh dang it, Mira. Gosh dang it. I swear this girl. Oh, I love her already. Okay. I liked her first character, and then I kind of lost it in the second chapter, and then she wasn't in the third chapter. We're now in the fourth chapter. I think I re-like her again. She's suspicious, yet quirky and fun. She's sweet, but no, she's quirky. Lillian is sweet. You thinking something along the lines of, is this girl weird, but she's actually kind of nice now that I'm talking to her, right? Nope, definitely not. Spot on. Well then, what were you thinking about? I was thinking that you're surprisingly good at making conversation even when you barely know someone. Ah, really? I never used to be good at this stuff before. She abruptly stops. Excuse me. Last puff of her condensation disappearing into the sky. Oh, that's another thing I love about winter is the smoke. Or not the smoke, but like the breath, the heat in the air. I mean, having trouble. You're a strange guy. Do you hate me? What was that supposed to mean? Are you serious? No, of course not. You'd never hate someone like me, right? Sorry about that. I'm being weird. I'm usually not weird. Could have fooled me. You know what I mean. Anyway, let's change the subject. But we have nothing to talk about, remember? It's not true. We could talk about you. Me? What makes you think there's anything interesting about me? You'd be surprised. I mean, there's only one way to know for certain, right? So let's start. Do you have an autobiography? Not exactly. Let's start with something simple, like... I know. What kind of stuff do you do at school? Well, nothing right now, seeing as I'm skipping for the first time this term thanks to someone. You don't have to be here if you don't want to be. You know what I mean. I don't know. School's normal for us. We show up, attend classes, do homework, write tests, and eventually arrive at summer holidays. That's it? Pretty much. Then, what are you studying? Do you have any particular aspirations? Nah, not really. I'm not an aspiration kind of guy. It's going to be tough for you in the future then. Straight to the point, I see. To be honest, I think I respect the fact that you're not looking far too much out of life. For far too much out of life. You just called me a simpleton, didn't you? You're simple, but not really in a bad way. So you're not denying it. It's not the point. I think it's nice that you can appreciate the finer details in life and not aim for anything too grand. It's intriguing. You're the first person that's ever said that to me. Really? I thought it would have been a pretty common opinion. It isn't, trust me. Everywhere I go, people are always telling me that I aim too low, that I don't have any real direction. Lack of direction doesn't necessarily mean you're lost. It just means that you're making your way to finish without taking any present route. Conclusion's the same. Not bad. Never experienced that much from you. You really don't have much faith in me, do you? Well, Even if that were the case in the past, I think that's changed now. I've gained a bit of more respect from you. Wow, I just messed up those 2 seconds. I never expected much from you. And, well, if that were the case in the past, I think it's changed now. I've gained a bit more respect for you. It's practically an insult, but maybe I can accept it as a compliment. At any rate, school isn't a big deal for us. It's just something that students put up with because we have to. I'm definitely not the only one with a goal. Without a goal. I see. But don't your friends bother you about it? From my experience, yeah, it bothers them alright, or at least it definitely bothers one of them. You haven't changed, Mark. You're still... Mira's eyes drift to the ground, lost in deserted, wintry paradise. The cold wind stings up my heart. I told you I'm fine. There's no need to worry about me. I told you? No, I didn't tell her anything. It's just a topic that I instinctively avoid. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. We dance around each other, tiptoeing on thin ice. Without warning, Mira pulls out a pocket watch, one of the old-fashioned ones with elegant designs etched into metal, and checks the time. Ah, this has been fun, but I've really got to go. My school is less lenient than I made it sound. Before I can ask about the pocket watch, she skips away. Wait, Mira! I guess that is a uniform, but it's a lot different. I don't think that belt is school uniform, or if it is, she's not wearing it properly, and her leggings look a little weird too. Also, is that a scarf on her shoulders, or is that like a bandage? I don't know. Normally I'd wait, but I really don't have the time to stick around anymore. I'd like to see you again. Whenever you have time, it doesn't matter. Don't disappear on me. Silly. Didn't we already go over this? Of course I'll find you. With that, she turns the corner and disappears into the snow. And don't be late for school. I shout those words to an empty park, unsure of why I spoke them. A few minutes after the morning bell finishes its chime, the teacher walks in and my first class begins. I'm on time? Either that or he's 10 minutes late. I sigh audibly and slouch in my chair. Lillian. Of course, she'll be here, won't she? And after everything that happened before, I'm not sure what to say to her. Oh, looks like the class is beginning. Guess I'd better try to pay attention today. The key word being try. Lunch arrives before I realize it. Yeah, this whole paying attention thing doesn't really suit me. More importantly, I've got to track down Rin and Lucas to ask about what they were doing the other day. Do you understand now? This is why the ratio is so important. I see. This isn't the first time I've said this, but you're a strange guy. Lily and Lucas are on our usual spot talking about something. I can hear them from where I'm standing out, but they can't see me. What? I'm not eavesdropping, I'm just checking my watch. Extremely slow. It might sound strange to you, but I have a key element of character design. How do you expect to learn to draw if you can't look at things from the perspective of a fan? Well, this is just your impromptu idea. That's not the point. Information like this comes in handy everywhere in life. I'd like to know even a single place where that might come in handy. That's an insignificant detail. Just don't forget. 412.5. It's a necessity. What? I might regret asking this, but do you really find these things that interesting? But of course, 'tis a vital aspect of my existence. And you're not ashamed to talk about it? Not in the slightest. Why is her character model much closer than his? I don't get it. Alright. Not even to a girl? Well, maybe a little, but I have no time to admit that to you. You weren't planning on saying that, were you? Cutting mastermind such as myself makes no mistakes. But occasionally a slip of the tongue does occur. Something strange. I'm not sure what, but you're a strange guy. Oh. Was she into him? Oh, shoot. And I'm not interested in ordinary humans, so I have no complaints. Lillian laughs in reaction, but it's not the same way you'd laugh at a sitcom on TV or a bad pun. You're far more transparent than you think. Has anyone ever told you that? Not in recent memory. Damn it, something's not right. You create an identity by pretending to push reality away, but you're really just... Sorry, I'm late. I barge into the hall. I had to talk to one of my teachers after class. What have you guys been up to? Well, I was just telling Lillian about the ideal ratio of... Never mind that. What have you been doing, Lillian? My only normal friend here. Just the usual. Then let's eat. Studying makes me hungry. Take out my lunch with more vigor than necessary. The others seem to notice that something's off, but... Never mind, it's lunchtime. That's all. Oh, I know. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it, gosh dang it, gosh dang it. Alright. But I remember something as our conversation continued. It's not a complete memory, but it's there somewhere. It happened by chance. Lucas's binder was left lying on the ground and a small brightly colored object stuck out from the front. It was a bookmark. It was a normal bookmark for the most part crudely laminated with a plain design. The only notable thing about it is that I'd seen it before. It was lying in Lillian's drawer yesterday, tucked safely away. Keep telling myself that it's pointless, but I can't shake the feeling that this memory's somehow relevant. Did Lucas give it to her as a present? That might make sense, but then how does he have the same one? It could just be coincidence, but I know it isn't. It's silly, the only thing I'm trying to remember is so irrelevant that I forgot about it only a year. Yet, it must have been important to at least one person for it to be stored away so deliberately. Mark, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just... Alright, just making sure. Anyways, as I was saying, Lillian continues talking, but my mind is too clouded to make any sense of it. Hang on a moment. That isn't who I think it is it? Turn to look outside and my suspicion is proven correct. First I had only seen one, but there are two figures out in the snow. One of them has very right to be out there, although she should probably be sitting with the rest of us instead. As for the other, sorry guys, I'll be back in a moment. Watch my stuff. Spring to my feet and dash outside. Is this sister with... Gosh dang it. Well. Look who decided to show up. Gasping for breath, I catch them before they reach the entrance. That's what I should be telling you. What are you doing here? Nothing in particular. I was just bored, so I decided to pay you a visit. At school, of all places? I did say I would come back, didn't I? This just proves that I'm not a liar. That's beside the point. Only if you want it to be. What? Do you even care about making sense anymore? Don't be mean, Oni-chan. Mira just bumped into me on the way to school and asked for directions. Then we started talking and she ended up following me, or she was just trying to be friendly. And you don't think that's even remotely creepy? More importantly, your sister seems to be quite an interesting person, Mark. Mira puts on a mischievous grin, and she knows something she isn't supposed to know and wants me to know that she knows it. Gosh dang it. Anyway, what are we idling around here for? Let's go grab something to eat. What? I already have lunch. That's okay. Junk food tastes better. And I have friends to eat with. Don't you want to eat with your precious childhood friend? You said you were my childhood friend. It's not something you yell in objection. Look at how sad she is. I did. Now let's go. Gosh dang it. Wait. Have fun. Gosh dang it, Red. No. Ooh. Oh, hey. It's the same thing with the juice box. It's, same model. Oh, it's not called model. Sprite, maybe? Oh, Sprite can't be right either. It's the same picture of her that was holding the juice box, except that they just exchanged what was in her hand. So, what exactly are these things? Just eat it. What's the worst that could happen? It's a pastry filled with sweet bean paste. I want to try it. I don't even want to attempt the name. I want to say it's takoyaki, but if it's not, I'm editing that out. You could be trying to poison me. Why would I do something like that? I'm not sure why you do anything you do. Good point. Well, I guess you'll have to live in fear as long as I'm by your side. Sounds like a dream come true. Mira takes a bite out of the fish-shaped snack. These things creep me out. Not sure if I want to know what's inside them. I think I heard Rin talking about these once. Something about a character that really liked them. Oh, and what happened? I think she died. That's disappointing. Well, maybe she came back to life or something. I don't know. It's not like that's relevant to anything. Struck a chord, did I? Not chord. Nerve. Struck a nerve, did I? Could have struck a chord with her. Oh, whatever. Yeah, guess not. That was an odd pause. I did strike something. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Surely you don't want to starve out here after voluntarily choosing to skip lunch. I guess in her world, voluntarily choosing means being physically dragged from one point to another. You won't know what it's like until you try it. Take a bite. Fine, fine. Sweet. I know, isn't it great? It's not bad. See? She takes another bite, looking like a kid in a candy store. You're not difficult to please, are you? Are you implying something? She's not difficult to please, but she's also not easy to please. It's difficult to... whatever. Are you implying something? She's a joke. No, I'm asking directly. That's not the point. Now do you see how I feel when I talk to you? She devours the last of her snack to hide the fact that she's at a loss for words. You look like you don't have a worry in the world. Must be nice. I don't have too much to worry about in the first place, right? We can take as much time as we need. That smile makes me comfortable. Anyways, I'm just glad you weren't trying to poison me with this thing after all. I told you I wouldn't do something like that. Most I'd do is try to mess up for your social life. Is that supposed to be comforting? You're easy to toy with. So, Mira, if you don't want to tell me about yourself, then tell me about your past, the distant past, even. why would you ask that all of a sudden? Well, you were talking to Rin, right? She must have asked something about you, and I don't think you could have worded your way around it. Oh, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. True. Still, you must have told her something, right? It's a little unfair that she knows more about you than you do. That she knows more about you than I do. Mira props her chin on her fingers. Fair enough. So, where do you want me to start? That's a tricky one. I don't even think she'd agree. Well, what about your life before high school? What were you doing before we met? You don't pull your punches, do you? She grins awkwardly but continues on. Well, I'm not sure I told you this, but I was living in another country a few years ago. It was from the end of junior high to the beginning of high school. Okay, now I'm curious. Feel free to stop talking when you want, but mind telling me how you ended up in another country? Well, it's a long story. I can wait. I know, but... She sighs audibly. Guess that's the end of that. It's alright, I understand. Sorry for prying. Oh no, there's no need to apologize. It's nice to see that you're being open with me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? You haven't told me much about yourself either. That's because you already seem to know all there is to know. Can't argue with that. I smirk unconsciously. It's like I'm talking to an old friend. Well, it's up to you, but I don't think it's helping us grow closer if you don't tell me anything about yourself. I don't mean to hit a nerve, but you really want to know? When you put it in that way, I'm not sure. If it's important to you, then I can talk, but only if you promise that you're not just doing it out of curiosity. I stare at her and regret sinks in. Sorry. No, I should apologize. It isn't like me to get this serious. You know, even though I haven't known you for long, I think we've talked enough for me to understand just a little bit about you. I know enough to say that you're not suited to be depressed. Hey, I'm still human. Humans aren't allowed to be depressed. Then how do you explain jumping off the roof and vanishing into the snow? Well, maybe I'm just a special human? A human that can teleport isn't human. Wah, you shouldn't ruin a girl's dreams. Yep, she's definitely back to normal. You know, you're a lot more childish than I first thought. What? Would you rather I act like an elegant lady that lives in a mansion, drinks expensive tea every morning, and goes to a prestigious all-girls high school? That was a very specific example. No, I'm not saying that as an insult. I just find it surprising. I think it's kind of nice that you act like this. It makes me feel I can relate to you. You don't think you can relate to the refined type? Well, no, not really. I don't think many of us can either. Maybe you're right. Well, that's okay. I'm far from refined, as you can see. Mira brushes her hair aside and dark expression with it. This is who I really am, anyway. Just an eccentric kid who enjoys a quiet night of reading. If that's how you want to put it, then I'm just a weak-willed slacker who would skip school right before exams to talk to a girl he barely knows. It's an odd combination, but I think it works. And that's all that matters. Come on, let's go. The day is almost young. The day is still young. The day is almost young. She walks up ahead, and for once I willingly follow. It's an odd combination, but I think it works. The phrase remained in my mind as the hours passed. I still remember Lillian's downcast eyes that studied the ripples in her mug of hot chocolate. But That memory is dealing with the strangely captivating performance that Mira is putting on. I can't explain it, but with Mira it feels as if we've known each other for a really, really long time. But getting attached is dangerous. Why? Check my watch. 2 p.m. School has long since started for the evening, so there's no chance of making it back. Congrats, Mary, you've successfully made me skip class. Really? She pulls out an outlet pocket watch and checks the time. What time does lunch end again? 1 p.m. Well, if you want to head back, I guess it's alright. I know you're not exactly a top student, so I wouldn't want you to fail on my account. Is she actually being considerate? Well, I probably should head back. But then you'd be all alone, wouldn't you? I suppose I would. I dragged you out of class for a reason after all, so I'd like it if you stayed. So you were just offering to be polite. I guess you could say that. Somehow I'm not surprised. It's fine. I think this was a worthy sacrifice anyway. I mean, sacrifices are important sometimes. To be honest, I have never purposely skipped school unless I was sick to the point where I physically could not do anything if I went to school, or I was had predetermined with my teachers that I was going to be out on a situation, either pre-planned engagement or whatnot. But if I was in this same situation, I would skip class to talk to this girl. This girl. Not Lillian, but whoever this mysterious girl is definitely entwined with this man's life somehow. I'm not sure yet. I thought she was a ghost of his past, maybe she's reincarnated as someone else. I don't know, but I think she is definitely human now. I don't know what it is. There's something's going on, and I can't place it yet, but I would. And I mean, I do fairly well at school. I struggle with school, so I couldn't be in his situation. It's like, whatever. It's fine. I think this was a worthy sacrifice. I mean, sacrifice is important sometimes. That's true. I like the concept of risk taking, isn't it? Think about it. No one likes feeling vulnerable, but in sacrificing the comfort of the status quo, you might get something more valuable than what you had before. Suppose that's right. It is, isn't it? But to be honest, that's the kind of thing that only works in economics textbooks. It's like when you buy a patty, but you're too afraid to take the first bite in case it's too hot. Yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to, isn't it? Humans are naturally afraid of burning their tongues. Yep, I know more about that than anyone else. Why do I get the feeling you mean that literally? Oh, you mean we weren't talking about food? City sure is a nice place for winter, isn't it? Mira stretches out her arms and embraces the chilly wind. The sun is already sinking and her light hair is almost glowing. There's something enchanting about her. That's the best word that I can come up for her. You're almost talking like you're new to the place. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I knew you'd say that. My hands are in my pockets, grudgingly hiding from the cold, but I unconsciously scratch the side of my face. It's always like this in the winter, though. Even snow piles up in the parking lots by February. Winter is known to be our most beautiful season. I can see why. It's refreshing. She takes in a deep breath, and I feel compelled to do the same. Her cheeks turn red from the cold. That was when it hit me. You're not used to winter, are you? No, I guess I'm not. Doesn't even occur to me that I'm asking about it fast. Well, to be honest, I spent the last few years of my life in a place with very mild winters, but I used to live here before, so it's not a major change. I guess you could say that it's nostalgic for me. If you don't mind my asking, why exactly did you leave the country? You don't have to answer, but it sounds like you really didn't want to go. I I never had much of a life here. I was different as a child too. I wasn't like you and your sister and your friends at school. Oh, this is her talking. I was different as a child too. I wasn't like you and your sister and your friends at school. I never had to worry about the problems that normal kids face, like homework and friendship and romance. Okay, so she is just straight up human, and then there's like something special about her. So maybe she is reincarnated, or maybe she's got a curse or a ghost or something. I don't know. There was nothing tying me to this place, so I left. But I guess that doesn't mean that I was happy to go. Are you happy now? Sorry, I said too much, didn't I? I didn't mean to make you worry, but I never get to talk about myself, so. But to answer your question, yes, I'm happy now, I'm pretty sure. Then that's all that matters. Slowly, aimlessly, we move forward, footprints following us in the snow. There's something inescapably nostalgic about the early winter sunsets. All those days when the sun sets before 6 and it feels like late evening when you're coming home from school. It's a little wistful. How far do you live, by the way? Oh, not too far here and there. I should have expected an answer like that from you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Don't tell me we're back to square one after everything we've talked about. Well, I can't be too open, can I? That would ruin the surprise. Wonder what goes through this girl's mind. Anyway, there's one thing you forgot to calculate this time. Her expression freezes. The last weak point. This time. Are you trying to finish the sentence or not? Sorry, I just wanted to see how long the suspense could last. I think you pushed it a little too far. Oh, sorry. Anyway, as I was trying to say, I was only asking you where you live to make sure you could stay out this late. Oh, uh, wait, you worried about me? Worried is the wrong word. I'm just concerned. That's the same thing. Regardless, you might live outside of the city for all I know. I wouldn't want you get you I wouldn't want you going home too late. It's getting dark, but it's still early. I'll be fine. Yeah, but well, you live close enough to get home by yourself, right? I do. Don't worry. Although she just mumbles something. I hate when people do that. I said, you said, I said I wouldn't mind if you walked me home anyway. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, uh, well, but it's still early, isn't it? There's no need to think about going home yet. Don't get all serious now. You started it. Either she's doing this on purpose or she's just nervous as me. My money's on the former. Which was she's doing it on purpose. Yeah. Come on, let's go. You walk too slowly. All right, I'm coming. How long have we been wandering the streets like this? Maybe a couple of hours? As you said that out loud, did it sound at least slightly ridiculous to you? Not really. Should it have? Yes, of course it should have. Doesn't our aimlessness bug you even a little? As long as you're having fun, right? I suppose. Still, we should probably think of somewhere to go. My feet are killing me. You need to improve your stamina. Huh? You mean you're not tired yet? No, not really. Well, you hardly seem physically fit. Really? Do I come across as a playful, innocent girl with a psychological scar somewhere in her past? Or something like that? When did everyone around me become psychic? I can't imagine you running laps, but anything's possible. I bet that I get that reaction a lot. We had a sports day at school class and everyone thought I wouldn't be able to do a thing for the class. And I'm guessing I know how that happened next. She does look, I don't want to say bulimic, but she doesn't look quite healthy as she could be. I don't know. It's not that she looks like sickly skinny, but she looks a little lankier than her height would suggest. I'm comparing her to like the other people too. I'm not just like considering. I'm taking the art into a factor here too. So I won first place in the 200 meter. Ah, so you're intelligent, sophisticated, and athletic. Don't forget reliable and organized. Great. Don't worry though, I couldn't do housework to save my life. I always spill the crumbs when I'm eating cookies, so I'm not perfect either. How comforting. I swear, this girl. One of these days, you've got to cure that daydreaming habit. Easier said than done. Can't be that bad. Just try focusing more. I can. My brain is always working. It's like a laptop without a power button. Except, it never runs out of batteries. And it can't calculate two-digit products without a pencil and paper. Most people can't. You're too easy. Well, at least I'm always thinking about something. Maybe I'm actually a genius and no one realizes it. A genius that's nearly failing second year math? Could happen. Geniuses don't have to be, I was about to say smart, but that wouldn't be very genius-like of me. Don't have to be academically successful to be intelligent. I could just be, I don't know, deep. Alright. To be fair, some of our greatest leaders, inventors, artists, did not do well in school. Not because they could not learn, but because they thought differently. That being said, if you know that you think differently, pursue whatever it is that you excel at because, well, you excel at that and somebody's gonna want that. And if you excel at it, then you're gonna be one of the best people out there and you can do well with that. If you just think off, well, then it's called a disability, and I'm sorry. Deep. I'd hate to admit it, but you might be right. Still, you have to learn to control your mind. A powerful brain is being wasted on a person like you. Just remember, this is the brain that decided to sacrifice a valuable half day of school, most likely missing a test or two to waste the evening with a girl it hardly knows. That's true. There were probably tests today. I would not have missed a midterm or final to meet with this girl. I didn't think about that. I never said an unsophisticated brain wouldn't be a nice one. Compliment number 2. She still isn't very good at this. Okay, now my feet are really hurting. Isn't that what they were originally talking about? It is, isn't it? Conversation was about to go another tangent before I realized what she was doing. Come on, even you must be tired now. Just a little. Score. See? So we should sit down somewhere. Somewhere warm. Well, if you're that tired, I know of a place we can go. I notice Mira limping slightly as she walks ahead. Either your leg is broken or you're just about as tired as I am. Alright, fine, win. That's what I thought. But I'm not cold yet, so we're staying outside. Is this even an official path? It's official enough. I didn't know officialness worked on a spectrum. From a well-shoveled and salty city sidewalk with stores and lounges and food on every corner, I somehow find myself climbing up a snow-covered hill in the middle of nowhere. Can't even begin to fathom why I trusted Mira's idea of a place to relax. You know, this is probably dangerous. I used to go here all the time in the past. It'll be fine. It's probably illegal as well. No worries, the police have better things to do than to patrol an old hill in the corner of the city. Have better things to do than to be climbing an old hill in the corner of the city, but I'm still doing it. Well, as long as we don't die, I guess I'm fine with it. We probably won't die. Either way, you're climbing below me, so I'll land on you if we fall. In other words, you probably won't die. Precisely. Don't worry though, I'm light. I don't think I could kill you that easily. That isn't the problem here. Ooh, look, that's the top. And what exactly is so special about this place to begin with? You'll find out soon enough. Come on. Mira beckons me to climb faster, and despite my frozen toes and soaking wet socks, I follow. Ah. What can I say? This place is beautiful. It takes a lot for someone like me to say that. See? I told you it'd be worth it. The hill is overlooking the city. It's pretty stunning. Say, is there any reason for that huge tree to be planted here? Gosh dang it, I was envisioning that. Oh. Actually, yes, there is. You can't tell right now, but it's actually a cherry blossom tree. Gosh dang it. It was donated by a local CEO of a multinational company. It's been growing here ever since. Huh. Pretty impressive. From what I heard, he planted it here to mark what he deemed to be the most beautiful place in the city. You seem to know an awful lot about this person. Well, I read a lot of books. He's somewhat of a legend in the city too, so it's only natural that I know about him. Actually, I think I've heard this story before. What was his name? Kennedy? Was it Kendrick? Gosh dang it. Leonard Kinsey. Close enough. The company formed his close ties to East Asia as well. Explains why he chose the cherry tree. Yes, it does. Both a business gesture and a sentimental one. Sounds like a great man. He is. But that last word. But what? You started it. It's a blessing and a curse. Just think about it. His story is a glamorous one, right? The way he fought against the odds, overcoming his rivals. A tale of human courage and willpower. But what happened to the people he left behind? There's a lot of emptiness. Not for him, really, but for the people who weren't there to witness the struggle against the world. Don't worry about it. You're fine now, right? It hurts. If you're fine now, there's nothing else to worry about. It's as simple as that. The one sings its hollow song in the silence. But if you want to cry, then it's okay. It's alright. I'm fine, really. But thanks for the offer. Her words vanish into the twilight. She sits there mere inches from me, shielded by a glass wall. It's the closest we've ever been, and I never felt so far. I'll never forget this cold in her warm shoulder an inch from mine. It's one of those rare pressure moments when you realize that each passing second is being written as a memory. There we go. That's the end of chapter 4. Dang, dude. You need to be more expressive. Take more risks. If there's something that you want, even if you don't know it, just take a chance. Go for it. It might work out, might not, but you gotta try, right? Otherwise, if you never try, then, well, you've already failed. You say that you should aim for the moon, because if you don't hit it, at least you'll land amongst the stars, but if you aim for the moon and you get second place, it just makes it feel worse. Sometimes it's better to wait and get the moon than to rush ahead and shoot off into oblivion.